I just love this tree.
Like a fern, like almost.
Yeah, it does. It looks like a fern. Look at the... Isn't it pretty? Love, 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 love. I must have one if I ever own a home. We stopped at Roberto's Taco Shop for lunch, and I got the number 5. This is an burrito with I think it's a cheese enchilada. I don't see it, but it's probably under it. And then some beans and rice. And it was, I think, $9.25, which is a pretty good deal because I'm not going to be able to eat all of this, so it'll be 2 meals for me. Hi, honeys. It's Michelle.
And Bev.
And, well, do you want to explain what this video is about?
Well, first the bad news. This is my last night here with Michelle. I'm flying home tomorrow. So this is one of my last two videos with her.
Yeah.
That you guys will see. But it's been fun. Hard part seeing how you really look and sound. But I'll adjust. I guess the purpose of this video is to go over our trip now that it's all completed and give you little tips or things that we picked up along the way in case you're ever doing the same thing or thinking you're doing the same thing, or you can apply these same little tips to any kind of road trip you're going to take. Marty's sitting right over here on the side, of course. You probably walk back behind us. Here he comes. No, there he goes.
Yeah.
Got to make a liar out of me. Marty! Michelle?
We also wanted to thank you for joining us on our road trip. We hope that you enjoyed it as much as we have.
Here he comes.
It'll be nice to
This is Marty. We've bonded. I'm Martin.
But yeah, so the best part is we'll always be able to look back on this trip and have so many more memories than we would normally have, having filmed so much of it. Right, we don't
got everything all lined up down here.
The first thing that we can talk about is the cats. Traveling with cats or moving with cats can be interesting. You just decide beforehand that you're going to go with the flow and just accept who they are and what they're going to do.
and prepare to be entertained. Because they will provide things to laugh at, as you found out on our trip.
Right.
Especially the first day with Marty over here, of which he's totally embarrassed.
You think? I think he doesn't care at all.
He's so glad that he got to be a major person in the movie.
Right? If you're bringing cats, get dog crates. They're a little bit bigger than the cat crates, and it gives them the chance to be able to stand up and turn around and get more comfortable in there. So that's a big one. In both of the cat crates, we had these dog pads that they can pee on.
Or poop.
So if
Marty's
anybody,
case.
yeah. So if anybody had an accident, we could use them.
Like Marty. he's thinking, geez, Grandma.
Poor kid.
Oh, when's she going home?
We had these litter boxes for every day. These are the Wonder Box Plus with baking soda, and they're just disposable. They're made out of recycled paper and they're biodegradable. So what we would do is we'd put one of these liners inside, and then we'd put a little bit of litter. And then if they did go to the bathroom, I just had these real cheap garbage bags that smell good from the Dollar Tree. And so we just tie, I don't know, it's just easier because you can take this out like this, drop it in the bag, tie it in a knot, and move on with your life. And we didn't get charged extra for
Any of the rooms.
No damage was done or anything. So,
and sometimes we could even use this box a second time if they didn't get through onto the box.
Right. So I think, let's see, what else with cats here?
I stretch my legs.
Make sure that you have a water bowl or my cats like to drink out of glasses, but
Without straws.
yeah, whatever they drink out of, make sure you bring one, and make sure you stop before you get to a hotel room each night and get cold bottled water, because they're going to be really thirsty by the time they get in the hotel room.
And they don't usually like the water in the hotel rooms, and they're always really warmer.
Yeah. Make sure that you bring catnip with you and get your cats high a lot. And now I got an anti-anxiety medication for each of them that the vet gave us to help keep them a little bit more calm. I didn't get a tranquilizer or anything like that, but it was just some anxiety medicine that they took on the trip, and that seemed to work really well too.
Well, you heard how quiet they were.
What would they have been
Especially
like
Marty.
without it, I wonder?
Oh my gosh, yeah.
Now, the other big thing about traveling with cats, or really any pets, it's easier to just stay at La Quinta every night, because every La Quinta accepts pets. It's a policy that they have. Would you say there's a couple of Comfort Inns that accept pets?
Yeah.
And what was the other? Days Inn accepted pets that one night that we stayed at a Days Inn. I personally like La Quinta. Their fees aren't as high, and a lot of the La Quintas have the rooms where the door to the hotel room is on the outside. So if you get a room on the first floor, you can park right outside the front door if nobody else has already parked there. It makes it easier to get in and out with the pets.
Yeah. And some of the quintas didn't even charge for the pets, that you would just sign like a little release form that if there was any damage done, you'd cover it. So
Yeah.
just a couple of them that charged for them.
And they have free continental breakfast each morning. They're not the greatest, but they give you get coffee, orange juice, something to eat at least before you get on the road. At least it's one meal you don't have to worry about buying every day.
And as you know, we always sought out the first McDonald's to get our drink.
And that was my next subject, actually, was
Oh.
McDonald's. I'll have you elaborate on that. Why did we go to McDonald's every morning?
Well, as you all know, because I would get the large Coke, which was only $1, and I could get it to last most of the day, just sipping it off and on. And Michelle would get the
Okay, the first half of the trip, I got the French vanilla iced latte, which is a little more expensive. I think it's $3 or something. Halfway through the trip, I started getting a large iced coffee, which it turns out is cheaper. It's $1 or something, I think.
yeah.
But the cup that those come in with the straw, they're the perfect size. When we would stop to get more fuel at Love's, we always went to Love's, I would get one of those cold Dunkin' Donuts coffees and then Sprite or water or ginger ale or something. And the size of that McDonald's cup was just perfect for my co-pilot to refill up the cup, and then I could just drink with a straw, because I don't, on a road trip, I don't want to have to mess with, having to go like this the whole time. It's definitely easier. Sorry, that was loud. It's definitely easier to have something with a straw in it.
Marty's back here. Hi, Marty. Poking his head through the blinds.
You're so
Come
cute,
over,
Mark.
Grandma, give me kisses.
And by now you've probably seen, I did an IKEA video from when we went to IKEA, and then I did a haul video, the mega haul video. I showed the things that I had bought at IKEA and put together. This right here is is a sideboard that the cats, that's where I put their food and everything, so they're actually welcome up there. I'm trying to get them, did I just hit your face? I'm sorry. I'm trying to get them away from going on the counters.
And they can look out the window then too.
Yeah.
Which they like.
So I had a truck driver, actually a bunch of them, tell me to fuel up at Love's. And that ended up being really nice, actually. They're spaced just right to where we were able to, well, and I get really good gas mileage, I have to say. We really only filled up once a day.
Yeah.
But it was nice because we were able to stop and fill up right before we stopped for the night. So then in the morning we could just get in the car and go. We didn't have to stop and do that too. And we filled up before we got to a quarter of a tank each time, just because you never know when there might be a while between gas stations.
That's right.
The nice thing about Love's too, I got most of my postcards there. They're cheaper than if you go into a gift shop. So many gift shops now, they're $1.25 per postcard or something. And that's where I got all of my beverages for the trip. And yeah, it worked out really well. And I like how you can see that big heart up in the sky. Because you know, when you're on a road trip, you start kind of losing your mind a little bit. It's hard to find things and it's hard to function. It's nice to be able to see that up ahead and know where it is and how to get there and all that.
Like I said in one of the earlier videos, you know, it's always nice because you know, it always has a big red heart on it. So easy to see.
We found if you stop at the first rest stop or visitor center, after you go into the border in each state, they will give you free state maps, which is really nice. It's a lot easier to read than your phone. Although Arizona and Nevada were the two that did. Every other state did.
Because the Atlas, you know, they're mainly concentrated on the main highways, and we wanted to see some of the smaller little roads too. And with the phones, you only see what's immediate. You can't see an overview. You know, we'd like to see that too. So we went to the old-fashioned maps, but we also used Siri.
Yes.
my best friend Siri, who doesn't like me, and I don't like her.
And if you ever do go on a road trip, taking the route that we did, just beware that Texas and Arizona and Nevada really don't have rest stops if you're going to Vegas.
Yeah, the routes that we took.
Yeah. Yeah, the day that we got to Vegas, I thought, okay, I will go to the next rest stop and go pee before we get to Vegas. It was like 130 miles from Vegas at that point. Don't you know, there was not one rest stop. So I really had to go by the time we got here. I actually got a hum and put it in my car. I have Verizon, but even if you don't have Verizon, I think, what's the other, but T-Mobile has something like a hum, but not. It's called something else. I think most providers have them now. And it's this thing that you plug into your car, and it basically it's like a GPS for your car. Keeps track of where your car is. It's not just good for road trips, it's good for other things too. But what we found on the road trip was our husbands were able to see where we were, which was really nice. It really helped them feel more secure that everything was okay. And I think even if you don't have a husband who's wanting to know you're okay, your family might need to know or whatnot. So I really recommend that hum. It's really nice.
Yeah, we'd get a message real quickly from Bob. Did you go the wrong way?
Yeah.
Because he'd see that the car turn around for a little bit and go back in the same direction again.
And it's
Couldn't
cute.
sneak anything from him.
Yeah, and it's cute because I put the make and model and color of my car in there, and so it looks like an exact replica of my car, but very tiny on the screen, moving along, which was really cute.
It gave them peace of mind, especially Bob, because we haven't been apart for more than like 2 or 3 days, 4 days at a time, and this has been 3 weeks. So,
and we
in
have
30 years.
Yeah, we've never been apart more than a couple days either. I can tell you this now because by the time you watch it, he'll be here with me. But Brad actually left 2 weeks after we did with the budget truck. So now, as we're filming this, I'm able to see where Brad is each night, or as he's driving along, how much progress he's made and how he's doing. And it is really nice to have that feature. Let's see. Oh, so speaking of traveling, 2 women alone without their spouses with them. How do we stay safe? We didn't.
Well, look at us. That's how.
Speak for yourself.
I did. I pointed to myself.
Kidding. We did not travel at night at all, and we didn't go out of the hotel room at night either, did we? We also had a few things with us for protection.
Courtesy of Brad.
We had a mag light. I mean, you could need it for light too, but Mom had the mag light on her side of the car.
That's a heavy flashlight.
Yeah, if you're familiar with mag lights, I think these are the same things that you see cops carrying. You could whoop somebody's ass with one if you needed to. And then I had Brad's K-bar. So nobody was gonna
No one was gonna mess with her.
that was really nice. And we did have some mace. Although I would have to say out of what we brought, the mace made me feel the least amount of safe. I felt like I'd have to go find it and get it ready if I needed to use it, which luckily I didn't, but
We lost it.
then halfway through the trip, the mace just disappeared. It might be under one of the seats, I don't know, but I still have the holder, but the mace just disappeared. We wanted to tell you, since all of you saw us stopping at multiple gift shops along the way, which one our favorite one was. It was the Indian Arts Center in Laguna, New Mexico. That place was amazing. In fact, if I did another road trip, I'd probably only stop there. What do you think?
Yeah, real cute little place, you know, kind of old looking. And then a guy was in there working on stuff.
Yeah, I mean, I think we mentioned this in one of the videos, but it made both of us feel like we were helping support an artist as opposed to buying something that was mass created in a
In
factory
China.
somewhere. China. I did get a couple things there at that store, and he was actually making these when I bought mine, which was really cool. I got a dream catcher, and this is made by a real Navajo Indian. I love green, so I thought that was cute. I got this bracelet, which I got quite a bit of compliments on so far.
Yeah.
People really like this, and I don't remember what I spent. I don't remember what I spent, but it couldn't have been more than $5 because I wouldn't have bought it if it was more than that. I'm kind of thrifty when it comes to bracelets. And then the other thing I could not resist, make sure you can see this here. Got this little frog here. And this whole thing, even the rock, is made from clay. He was showing me the clay they use. He actually made the whole thing, which I thought was so cute. So it's a little frog with a sombrero and a corona.
And cute little legs.
Cute little long legs. Okay, we're almost
The
done.
thing I got was more of a ceramic cat of some sort, but it's still all wrapped up for me to travel tomorrow, so we're not showing you that. I did get something.
Really cute too. I wanted to get one too, but I wanted one that would match my kitchen, and they didn't have a red one.
If they had, I would have bought it before she went in there. I went in before she did, because obvious reasons, the cat's in the car with air conditioning. So I would have gotten the red one. Because my kitchen in the motorhome's red.
You see that? You see what I'm dealing with over here? When you're on a road trip, don't worry about what you look like. I have no interest in wearing makeup or doing my hair. Of course, do I ever do my hair? You guys probably know me by now. I never do my hair. Or hardly ever wear any makeup either, but it's just so much more comfortable. Bring eye drops, bring antihistamines, chapstick,
Your
aloe
mouth
vera.
gets dry
Yeah, sunscreen.
and lips get dry.
Um,
And even if you wore foundation that I usually wear, it would have just melted off in the heat. And I haven't even worn it since I've been in Vegas for obvious reasons.
Right. Cough drops, that's another one.
Mhm.
Especially during the summer, if you have the AC blowing on you all day, it makes your throat real dry.
Yeah, because we got those little, tickly little coughs, and so we use the cough drops often.
An allergy, like a date, I think it was Zyrtec, the daytime one, and it does really help because you're going through all these different environments, totally different kinds of grass and trees and pollen, and it's kind of a lot to go through in a short amount of time.
And bring, the little bottle of zinc that you can buy. Because at first I thought I was coming down with a cold, so I right away started taking it. Or Zycam, that's what it's called. But it never developed into anything. So either it was just because of the difference in the climate temperatures from Washington State to Florida and then across country, or it just wasn't a cold.
Also, Aleve is a good one or at least that's what I used, if you get sore from sitting for long periods of time. And I know you had some
I have Aleve PM.
Aleve PM. And it's important to
For
try
my back.
try to stop at rest stops pretty regularly and get out and walk around even if you don't have to use the restroom, because it does get it's hard on your body to sit in the same position for that long. Otherwise, the only thing I really have to mention is if you're moving, try to think about the things that you absolutely need the first night in your new home, that you're not going, because you're not going to want to stop and go shopping the first night that you go into a new place. So bring toilet paper, paper towels. Toilet paper was a big one because I didn't bring it, and we wished that we had.
We had these tiny little square Kleenexes.
Yeah. Shower curtain, laundry detergent. Because by the time you get there, all your clothes will be dirty. Also, be really sparing in what you bring. We both felt like we brought too much, and it was hard to find things because we brought too much. If the less you bring, the easier it is to carry around and find things.
And try to pack your car so that the things that you need each night in the hotel are readily reachable. And then it's a lot easier to repack in the morning too. If you can put everything that you don't have to unpack in the trunk, that's really great. But because we had the 2 cat crates and stuff, that kind of limited our space in the back seat. But we made it.
We did.
We had it down to a science.
You wouldn't believe how quick we would get loaded and unloaded with the hotel. We had everything had its spot. It was kind of like the first day. It was like playing Tetris, to get everything just so, and then from there, it was like clockwork. I did want to mention, as a little side note, just in case you either do YouTube or you want to make some videos so that you can remember your trip. So everything that I do, by the way, obviously I'm not some rich YouTuber. You've seen, I probably have 65 followers or something. I can't afford those expensive cameras that they use, so I just use my phone. Don't use one of these, and don't use one of the clip-on things that goes on the air vent. You want the air vent one lets go of your phone a lot, and it'll just suddenly drop. The one in the window that looks like this, well, it broke pretty quick.
Yeah, and started dropping.
It started just dropping for no reason. This thing right here just stopped holding the phone tightly. And I like the ones that go in the window because you can, push that button on your phone to where it's showing the road instead of you. Whereas if you have the one on the air vent, you can only show yourself. And who wants to only look at, on a road trip, you want to see the scenery. You don't want to just see the people driving, I would think. So, or at least I didn't. I don't want to look at myself that bad.
It was cool. You could just see the scenery.
Yeah.
Keep me out of it.
So this is what we ended up getting at Walmart on the trip, is a little emergency thing, a magnetic mount. And this was by far the best one. I'm still using it now. It didn't break. And so it's the easiest one. All that you do is it comes with this little magnetic strip that you put between your phone and your phone case, and then the holder itself is magnetic, so you just go like that, it holds it up, and you're good to go. So if you want to film your trip, that's what I highly recommend.
Well, don't let the small things get to you, things happen for a reason and the way they're supposed to. Try to find humor in everything that seemed like it's kind of hopeless. Yeah.
That's what we did. On our road trip, we kind of decided before we left that let's just try to just go with the flow.
Not take things personally.
Yeah, and so then when things did go wrong, we found humor in it. And now those are probably some of our favorite things to look back on.
You didn't hear about them all.
Right. But thank you so much for watching. We really appreciate that you took the time to take this journey with us. If you want to travel with us in the future, let us know and send us a check for the trip and we'll go.
Tell us what you want us to say, what you want us to see.
Yeah, where you want us to go, just send us the money and we'll be happy to travel again.
Sure.
We might bring our husbands next time. We might not.
That
we
would
don't
be
know.
interesting.
I think you might be seeing a little bit of sightseeing though in the future with us, because we've already got some things planned here in Vegas and in a couple other locations throughout the next few years. So.
And now that she lives, within a flight away from me, a short flight, I may pop in here and there.
And I might go see her here and there.
Right.
And then in the winter when she's down in Yuma, I'll go see her. She'll come see me. So it's definitely not the end of you seeing my mom.
No. It was harder when she was all the way across country in Florida.
Yeah, ooh, once a year was brutal. As you know, after watching these videos, we have quite the connection and quite the relationship, and it's really hard to be that far apart.
Yeah.
So it's really good to be back with
Civilization.
back with each other.
I'm happy.
I am too. I'm very excited. Well, thank you so much for watching. You have a great day, and stay tuned because in the next video, it's the last one that we're doing before Mom goes home. I'm finally doing the Q&A with my mom that I had been telling you about for months.
I don't remember her telling you that, but she says she did. But I don't remember what happened yesterday.
Whoops.